Welcome to the Daily High. Is the low in? We've been told by our producer to keep this show short and sharp, so no more mucking around. Tone, is the low in? Did we get it?
I don't know. That's the short answer. But we're going to take a look at the charts.
See you tomorrow, everybody. We'll see you this time tomorrow night.
I can
Let's
make
go into
the
it.
argument. I can make the argument for both sides, and I think I will. It's actually a little hard to know at the moment.
All right. Well, let
Let's see
me
what you
try and
think first.
ham
I'm going to
fist
let you
my
answer
way
that
through
first.
this. All right. So we're going to start on the 4 hour time frame because for me, this has been the interesting thing. I've been saying that I want to see when we started, we go through the same thing we go through every week. But when we started closing below these moving averages, I was initially, as I turned the MRI on, looking for buys right here. I did trade that from here to here. I got stopped out of a trade here in a loss, and then I was waiting for an entry into the green wave. When the green diamond came, I said last night that I think that we'll see some positivity off that, but I would said straight away, put your break even stop loss in because it's too near to the green wave for me. I think it wants to get inside the green wave. Now, I'm going to put the replay candles on, and why I posted in the show last night that I said this candle did appear. It was over here somewhere. There was a green diamond here as well, but it disappeared. It was a really good response off that, and it didn't come up in the show last night because I had the reverse candles on. So I want to show you that today inside this green wave, I said I was looking for a green diamond inside the green wave, and I was watching this in real time, and you can see that's the first one, but I wanted the one inside the green wave. There, it came into the green wave. Bang, there, right there. One came on here, and then it got drawn away. It didn't print. It came down here inside the green wave, got the green diamond, and it didn't print. It had a good response off it. Now, unfortunately, my dad was here visiting me today and surprised me. So I did see the green diamond come on and I was just watching it, but wasn't able to get in at exactly the low. So that wasn't so good. But at this red line here, I'll make that blue. I did enter a trade. I didn't get all my position filled. I put it at 62. Well, we did actually come up above it, and I put a position in at 62,400 of 250,000 contracts, and only 209, I believe. Let me just check that for brevity's sake. 209, 600 got filled. So some of the position didn't get filled. But either way, I like the trade so far. I don't know if this is the low. If this is the low, it's a massive coup for Alpha Numerics because I wanted to see it get in the green wave, and it briefly did with a green diamond, which is what we want. But either way, I did get long in this position. I've got a lot of resistance above, and this is what we spoke about. In fact, we could easily come back to the same price here. We'll call it 66,000, and just touch on the 30 simple moving average, and then start the next lower low again. It's absolutely anything's on the table, up, down, or whatever. I'm not claiming that I caught the bottom. It's way too soon to do that, but I could easily put a break-even stop in right now. It's already a good trade. I think I'm in about 0.07. If it gets up a little bit higher, I might be in 0.1. I might take that, but I think I'll just sit in this trade. I would love it to continue from here, and I got the bottom really well. We'll see. Time will tell. Don't know. Daily time frame. This is what I really want to see and what I don't want to see. I don't want to see a bearish cross, which is the 7 simple moving average crossing the 30 simple moving average. Now, this is not trading jargon. It's just alphanumerics jargon. I can put on these show arrows here to see the bearish cross. I don't want to see these come down and cross. I want the price to recover, go back up, and then avoid the cross altogether. Would be fantastic. It's only on a daily time frame. It doesn't matter if it crosses, but I just don't want to see it. I'd love us to retain this bullish cross that we had from back here, stay in the trade. That would be fantastic. But if it does, it does. I'll just get out of the trade. Let's go to the 3-day time frame and see where we're sitting on a bit more of a macro scale. We are with a day and a half left. We had a really good MRI top here, a second consecutive MRI top. I really, really would love to see this candle come all the way up and close above the 7 simple moving average here on the 3-day time frame in a day and a half left. I know that's asking a lot, but if it was to do that, there's absolutely nothing to worry about because we're above every moving average on the 3-day time frame. We're fully locked and loaded. But a low close right down here with an MRI red star candle coming in, I don't know. That sort of puts me on the 3-day time frame looking for the 50s again, and I don't want to see that. I'm happy if we can get a great V-shaped bottom from this. The weekly, I'm annoyed to look at because the data issue. I don't like this at all. But it's what I was saying on the 3-day time frame, but on a more important scale, on the weekly scale. We are still above on alpha metrics every single moving average. So this candle could potentially finish green. And then this whole week means nothing. The 15, 20% drawdown that we had meant nothing. Or it could finish here. It doesn't matter. But as long as we're above all the moving averages, there's nothing for those long-term positions from 17,200 and from 27,200 to worry about. It's all good on the weekly time frame. But it is a cause for concern for later weeks if we continue to go down. We are getting that cross on the EXA Socrates. Once again, just a shameless shill. But next week, we are getting the great Socrates who created this indicator on the show, and we have had that cross on the weekly time frame, which I don't like because it does correspond pretty nicely with tops here, here, here. And when you go back in time on the big ones, they're all there as well. They're all here, 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 here. So we have had that cross. It can recover, and I think it will recover, but it hasn't as yet. So I'll hand that back to you, Tone. I'd love you to see the lower time frames and get your thoughts on it. But the point is, I'm not super concerned. I'm hoping I got the low. That would be fantastic. But I'm very careful that I'll get out of that trade, at least at break even if we start to crash down. I'm not married to that position. Before you go into it, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and please visit our new Discord channel. It's been around for a little while, but we're starting to promote it now. From tomorrow, the Bang Box signals will be in there. So if you join that, anyone can join the Discord group. And if you want to use the VIP section, it's totally free. You just have to use the affiliate links that we have for 2bit and BitGet in the description below. That's free to sign up to as well. Make a deposit and you can get access to the VIP section. There's going to be once tomorrow, maybe even tomorrow's show, I'll start to show you the results from Bang Box and what you can expect or hope to expect from the indicator. It'll be flashing the signals to you, totally free, to your phone, to your computer. It's a really awesome tool. Tone, take us through it, mate.
All right, really cool. Yeah, I gotta join that Discord. I'm not on Discord much. I've been on it like once or twice, but yeah. Man, more messaging apps. But no, I gotta come and hang out in there.
No, okay. It's a really great community in there. We've got about 500 in there now. I think that we'll get that to 10,000. I think it'll go really well.
Okay, so the big question is the low in? Well, for me, since I mostly focus on the MRI indicator, and I guess we came really, really close to that 38% Fibonacci line, but we didn't really touch it. So we didn't reach a good enough low. I would have been happier if we had fallen to, say, 59,800, basically fell below 60, so that all the people that had their, stop losses right at 60 would have gotten those stop losses hit. I would have been a lot more comfortable with a V-shaped recovery off of $59,700 area than I am with the $60,800 area. Basically, it was $1,000 a little too high for me to be confident that the low is in and we are off to the races to the upside. The MRI still calls for a few more days of downside, but not just a few more days of downside. In order to get an MRI green arrow buy opportunity on the daily chart, which we have not had since January 25th, down at the $40,000 area. I would love to see one of those green arrows one more time, but in order to do that, we would need to cross below yesterday's closing low which was basically 62,000. So we would need to be below 62,000 on Saturday. I believe Saturday. So today is Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, on Saturday, exactly. So, and if we are trading below 62,000 on Saturday, I don't really want to see it just below 62 because that means we would have consolidated for 5 days straight. I would really want to see it below 60,000 on Saturday. If the price of Bitcoin is below 60,000 on Saturday, I am gonna be screaming this is the best buying opportunity before the halving, and potentially you're not going to get another shot to buy Bitcoin below 60 grand, maybe ever. I don't know if I'm going to say that or not. I'll wait till that happens. But that's kind of what I want to see in order to get a perfect buy opportunity. So just as I said yesterday, for me, this is not a buying opportunity yet. Yes, we went into the green wave on the 4-hour chart. Yes, there was an MRI buy, which was then, kind of rejected right after. But as I stated yesterday, the 4-hour time frame is never enough for me to enter a really significant trade. I now have way too many lines, which I can kind of start deleting because I don't really need them. And
Tony,
they're
while you're
starting
doing
to
that,
flutter
can
my
I ask
chart.
can I ask you a
Yeah.
question while you're doing that?
Yeah, go
Let,
ahead.
if you go, can you go back to the daily for a second? I want to ask a question. What would be better for you as a trader? Would you rather see an MRI buy on Saturday or an MRI green star on Saturday?
I would rather see an MRI buy on Saturday. But the main reason why I would rather see an MRI buy on Saturday is because I have two other levels of support. The
Let's say we're
Fibonacci
at
line.
let's say we're at 68,000 on Sunday. We continue the same trend, but like the next candle, the next candle, the next candle, it's up there printing a green star candle. That's pretty good too, no?
It is pretty good, but I would still rather see an MRI buy at the moving average. I would rather see a $58,000 Bitcoin on Saturday because I very rarely try to buy the dip. But when I buy the dip, I want to see an MRI buy plus additional levels of support to bounce the price. And that's what would happen if the price is at 58,000. So in this case, I would rather see a daily MRI buy on Friday night or Saturday. But I don't want to drag any further because what I don't want to see is I don't want to see the weekly MRI flip. Now, I will make the case as to why getting a green star candle, say tomorrow at 68,000, would also be awesome. And the reason for that is because if we do fall to 58,000 on Saturday, so that's already going to be almost the next week's candle. And that doesn't give me much room to get into this box on an MRI top. So I kind of want the best of both worlds. I want to get a flash crash Saturday night down to 59, 58, then an immediate recovery to at least 65,000, just so that next week's candle closes us in the vicinity of 68, gets us back to the prior swing highs, and then the MRI top candle that takes place the first week of April takes us from 68 into 72 and above and gets us into that box, right? That would be the perfect combination of getting a daily MRI buy while still getting a weekly MRI sell within 2 weeks, right? So once again, I go back to my favorite candle, potentially of this decade that took place last year on the daily chart. And that was, I think, March of last year. That was exactly 1 year ago. Wow. Where is that? That's all the way back there. My perfect candle. This is what I would like to see. This was, March of last year, exactly 1 year ago today. I think so far, This is the buy opportunity of the decade for Bitcoin. I said it then, I'll say it now. I mean, maybe March of 2020, it depends how you count your decades, like the COVID crash. But other than the COVID crash, this is it. And look how quickly we went up. So in like 3 days, in 4 days, we were back to a new swing high. So this is what I would really like to see in a perfect world, where this happens on Friday night or Saturday, and then a week later, we've moved up 25%. 40%,
Yeah.
right? Taking us right into that $72,000 to $92,000 box. This is what I would like to see. But I don't know if we're going to get that. And right now, I'm still, like you said, for me, we're in a bit of no man's land. We are, on the 4-hour chart, we are in a serious downtrend. In fact, I can even draw a horizontal, like that, a parallel channel here going down like this. And as long as we're in this downwards channel, there's nothing I can do on the upside. In order for me to be really bullish on the upside, we need the break of all these moving averages and the prior swing high and get out of the channel. So that puts us back at 68,000. So until Bitcoin is 68,000,
that's 68 is what I want as well. At 68,
right.
I will double the position from 200,000 to 400,000 because it works out really well on the daily as well. I'll just double the position. And on a green star candle on Saturday, that's what I'm doing. I'm letting you know now. Heads up, that's what I'm doing. At that orange line on the daily and the 4-hour time you had on that blue line, that's where I'm doubling my position.
Right, and we got a bit of a way to go. In order for us to get a green star candle tomorrow, the current candle needs to close above 65,300, and tomorrow's candle would need to close above 68,400. And like getting a green star before Saturday is going to be very, very unlikely. And the candle on Friday would need to close above like 67,500. We would need some massive rallies in the next 72 hours to get that green star candle, which is possible, but I don't think that's likely. Now, I think getting out of this channel is going to be a little bit tricky. You got massive resistance here at 66. So at this point, I would rather have that MRI buy opportunity at 58, 59 around the weekend. And that I would be entering at.
Awesome. Do you have some questions that you wanted to field from yesterday? Otherwise, I'm good.
Yeah, that's it. There was a comment from yesterday that apparently yesterday I spent a lot of time talking about how I didn't talk about the stop loss. Someone said that I did at 65. I guess I always do by default, and I sometimes forget that I always provide an area where I start to be concerned with the price. But those that have watched me long enough, you know that the moment we break prior swing lows, I'm bearish. And the moment we break prior swing highs, I'm bullish. And when they happen on red stars and green stars, respectively, that makes me even more confident in my view that breaking of prior lows is bearish and breaking of prior highs is bullish.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. That's awesome. All right, let's wrap her up.
All right, sounds good. Guess I'll come off screen share here. Traditional markets, not much happened, just consolidating. So we'll talk about them next time.
Yeah, that's great. I can't wait to bring the show tomorrow. It'll be very interesting to see if I'm still in the current trade that I'm in. I hope that it goes up, and I hope that by Saturday, Sunday morning, Australia time, that we're getting a green star candle on the daily above 68. It would be fantastic for a great movement into the halving. We'll see. I'll defend the position. Thanks for joining us today. Please use the Discord group. Please use the VIP section. It's totally free. You just need to sign up with the affiliate links. It's a good deal. When these signals start firing, and I'm going to start showing you the results from this, and we compound and compound and compound with 100% rollover, you'll be really stoked to see it. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, man.